Good morning, one and all. This is Amod. How are you? I hope you're doing good and you're safe at your home. Okay, so this topic is related to the articles. We all have learned how and where we should use the articles. However, in this topic, we are going to learn where one should not use the articles. Okay, so there are approximately 7 or 8 rules related to the omission of the articles, and if you remember these rules, I think you can solve a lot of questions and you can avoid making mistakes related to the articles. Okay, so let's kick things off and start with the first rule. So the first rule is related to the uncountable nouns. I hope you all know what are the uncountable nouns, like milk, water, traffic, and abstract nouns like happiness, sadness, wisdom, etc. So we should not use any articles before the uncountable nouns. Let's take an example here. Let's talk about sugar. Okay, so sugar is not good for health. So it's a generic statement that I'm making. Therefore, I should avoid using any article, or for that matter, the definite article the before the sugar. So when I say that the sugar is not good for health, it's an incorrect usage of the definite article the here. I should say that sugar is not good for health. However, when you're talking about a specific purpose and it's not a generic it's not used in a generic sense, then yes, I can use the definite article the before the uncountable nouns. Let me give you another examples related to it. Since you are a diabetic person, therefore the use of sugar should be avoided. So I can say the use of sugar for you is not good or avoided, because I know and what I'm talking about. That's why here I can use the. However, in generic sense, most of the time with uncountable nouns, one should not use any kind of articles. Moving on to the next rule. Since we've discussed about the uncountable nouns, then what about the countable nouns? Okay, so countable noun, if it is singular, then you have to use an article. Either it is a or n, depending on the sound, or the definite article the, but it can never be used without an article. So let's talk about an example here. Cat. So cat will be a cat or the cat, but cat cannot be only a cat. Okay, so and as I said about the sound, so when it is a consonant sound, then you should use a, and when it is a vowel sound, you should use an. And I think you are aware about this rule. Moving on to the omission related rule. So the third rule related to the name of the language, the subject or the school subject or a language name. One should not use any kind of article when you're talking about the school subjects like chemistry, physics, or history. You cannot say that I'm quite good at the maths. That is incorrect. I'm good at maths. And similarly, when you're talking about the name of the language like English or Chinese or Portuguese, one should not use any articles before the name of the language. So this was the rule number 3rd related to the omission of the articles. Moving on to the rule number 4th. The places where you usually go, you should not use any articles. The places like church, school, bed, work, etc. You should avoid using the articles before these words. So when, for example, if I say that I like to go to the work, that's a generic statement and the work is here incorrect. You should say that I like to go to work. Okay, so with these words, or even home is one word, because you usually go there, so one should avoid any kind of article before these words. So these are basically 5: home, then work, then bed, church, and school. So these are the few places where you usually go as a habit. That's why one should not use any article before these words. Okay, moving on to the fifth rule, that is related to disease. So the name of the disease should not take any article before them, like cancer or HIV or for that matter corona. So if it is a disease, you should avoid using any article before the name of the disease. So you have a cancer is an incorrect statement. You should say that you have a cancer. You have cancer. I beg your pardon. So you have cancer and you should take proper treatment of it. So that's the correct statement. You cannot use any article before the name of the disease. Okay. So these are the 5 rules. Moving on to the 6th one. Before the name of the sports, you should not use any articles. So I like to play the basketball is incorrect. So it's a basketball or cricket or football or anything. You cannot use any articles before the name of the sport. Okay, 6 rules are done. I think there are 2 more. Let me recall them. The next one is related to the meals of the day, like lunch, breakfast and dinner. You cannot use any articles before them. I have done my breakfast. That's the correct statement. I have done the breakfast. No, that's incorrect. So please avoid using any articles before the name of the meals. Okay, 7 rules are done. 8th rule is related to proper noun. So before the proper noun, you cannot use any article. Whether it's a name of a person or a place or lakes, right? You cannot use any article before a proper noun. So especially with country's name, we've given quite a few examples, like I live in the India is incorrect. However, if that country is a group of island, or if that country is made of group of island, in that case, yes, you can use the. So the USA or the UK or the UAE, yes, in that case you can use the definite article the. However, apart from that, you cannot use. And so these are the few rules. I think before the metals also, this is probably the 9th rules. Before the metals also, we should not use any article when you're talking in a generic sense. For example, metals like gold, silver or iron, we should not use any articles before them. Let me give you an example related to this. The price of the gold is increasing day by day. So the price of is correct, but the price of the gold here is incorrect. You should not use any article before metal. So you should say the price of gold is increasing day by day. That's the correct use of the article here. So approximately 8 or 9 rules are there, and I think it's not very difficult to remember them, because I've given examples also related to these rules. So probably it will be easy for you to remember where we should omit the articles, because we all know where we should use the articles, and we've done a lot of practice related to the use of articles. But this time I thought, why not highlight the omission of the articles in English grammar. Okay, so I hope this video will help you to solve certain questions based on the articles. Okay, thank you so much for your patience, and just keep yourself safe, stay home. You have a good day ahead.